complicity, and we all know what that is driven out of, that didn't really have a massive impact in Gujarat. Why would it not have? Therefore, you're saying similar.
So the parallel is similar in Karnataka. As I said, there's another parallel to this. Just as I said that the BJP's committed fraternity vote remained, that's what the data shows. Even the Congress, it keeps on falling. Its peaks are lower and lower, but every successive election, it's in a 2–2.5% range, which means unless there is something like a very tectonic shift, corruption still remains one of the issues. It's not the driver issue of the elections.
Tehseen Poonawalla, do you think that this is really a tectonic shift issue? 40% Sarkara was blunted by 40% people changed.
No, it's not as simple as that. I wish in politics 2 + 2 would be 4, but it's not 2 + 2 is 4. Sometimes it's 22. That the 40% Commission Sarkara did take an impact on the BJP is no doubt that they had to change 40% of the sitting legislators. And another fact, Jay, you should check, of the 40% new people they got in, 50% of them were dynast. But my dynasty is cleaner than your dynasty. So the BJP is, as I call them, a party of hypocrites. The fact is we give too much of credit to the Prime Minister's campaign or Amit Shahji's campaign, as Times Now carried out from a ANI video. When the Honorable Home Minister was campaigning in BJP, he was shouting at his organizers that there was no crowd. Where is the crowd? And he had to cancel his campaigning in DK Shiv Kumar's constituency. But I think the Congress has made a couple of mistakes. This was an election for the Congress to take. We should have been sitting here and saying 125 plus. I don't want to get into numbers. I think if it's become close, it's not because of the Prime Minister or the Honorable Home Minister. It's become close because of a certain deviation that the Congress did, which it should avoid doing. The Congress should
specify. You're talking about the manifesto blooper.
The manifesto blooper.
Then say it. No, why are you jumping around and sort of skirting the issue?
Well, I'm not jumping around. Come on, I'm sitting.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm sitting.
You must name these issues.
But I think the one positive thing that the Congress has realized from this, so the Congress now has a formula to win state elections. If it can replicate it, in states, Congress, you will see, will start doing better from now on. Center, I still realize that is a challenge for the Congress, but it has a formula now to win. There is one more factor for the Congress.
What's the formula? What's the formula?
The formula is state issues,
state issues,
speak on state issues, do not deviate, employment and jobs. Karnataka on employment, on inflation was very badly hit. I know they will talk about startups, they'll talk about the startup success. It saw the greatest exodus in startups in the last 3 to 4 months post 2023. So Karnataka was a perfect example of economic vision for the Congress and social development and regional pride. Okay. If it can put that in different areas, it has a winning formula.
Let's bring in Mr. Tom Vadakkan of the Bharatiya Janata Party. But just before that, viewers, let's play out that very significant moment in the campaign where in the manifesto the Congress Party came out and said that among some organizations that it found was guilty of extremism, the Bajrang Dal was at the top of its list and it should be actually banned. And that, viewers, gave the BJP ostensibly an opportunity to hit back at the Congress. I think that's really what, Tehseen, you're talking about, isn't it? So let's play out that, and then I want to bring in Tom Vadakkan of the BJP to react on that. Let's play it out.
कांग्रेस पार्टी ने अपने मैनिफेस्टो में बजरंग बली को थाने में बंद करने का निर्णय किया है। पहले प्रभु श्री राम को थाने में बंद किया और अब जय बजरंग बली बोलने वालों को ताले में बंद करने का संकल्प लिया है। यह देश का दुर्भाग्य है कि कांग्रेस पार्टी को प्रभु श्री राम से भी तकलीफ होती थी और अब जय बजरंग बली बोलने वालों से भी तकलीफ हो रही है।
महाभारत में जब अर्जुन को तीर मारनी थी तो सिर्फ मछली की आंख देखता था, उसको और कुछ नहीं दिखता था। सीधे निशाना मारता था, सीधे ऊपर देखते थे और उस निशाने से उनका ध्यान बिल्कुल नहीं हटता था। तो मेरी बहनों और मेरे भाइयों, कर्नाटका के अर्जुन बन जाओ।
प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने कहा है कि जब आप बूथ में जाएंगे वोट करने के लिए, आप जय बजरंग बली बोल के वोट कीजिए। तो मैं उसके ऊपर ये रिएक्शन, प्राइम मिनिस्टर को ये नहीं बोलना चाहिए था। प्राइम मिनिस्टर मुल्क का प्राइम मिनिस्टर होता है, इस प्राइम मिनिस्टर फॉर। अब अगर एक बूथ में आप किसको कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं आप, जब लोग जोर जोर से पुकारते रहेंगे, 10 आदमी बूथ में रहते हैं, आप जोर जोर से पुकारते रहेंगे तो एक 2 माइनॉरिटी गए तो उनको डर का माहौल होता है ना। तो इलेक्शन कमीशन को मैं बोला, इलेक्शन कमीशन इसको नोट में लेना चाहिए।
कांग्रेस के पूरे घोषणा पत्र में क्या लिखा है? ये वापस ले लेंगे, ये हटा देंगे, वो निरस्त कर देंगे, उसे रोक देंगे, इस पर प्रतिबंध लगा देंगे। ये कर्नाटका की जनता को ये देने वाले हैं, यही इनका फोकस है। और अब तो कांग्रेस की हालत इतनी बुरी है, उनके पैर कांप रहे हैं।
All right, let's bring in Tom Vadakkan of the BJP and Dr. Anand Ranganathan as well. Tom Vadakkan, do you think that ultimately it was Bajrang Dal who gave you that little bit of a push in the end, but is that going to be enough? Most of the analysts so far don't quite seem to think so. Most of them, not all.
Well, first of all, I would like to thank the voters of Karnataka who have come out and voted. This is a victory of democracy. This is the festival of democracy, and we thank them all for coming out and having a peaceful exercise, and they have voted. Now, as to the question of the Bajrang Dal and the manifesto that was drafted, I don't think there's much of questions to be raised. It's typical of the Congress to create issues, change goalposts from time to time. They were talking about local issues and they flew to Bajrang Dal and Bajrang Bali and what have you. This is the kind of situation which Congress digs its own, I wouldn't call it a grave, but creates its own problems. And they've been doing it regularly. And which party would not utilize this opportunity to fly over them and do the carpet bombing, which is what we did? I mean, it's natural. Anybody would do that. And Bajrang Dal, if Hanumanji is with us, I don't think there's much of a problem in sorting out this election issue, because people of Karnataka have proved beyond doubt.
Very quick rebuttal from Tehseen Poonawalla, then Dr. Anand Ranganathan. Which one do you think is going to be the deciding issue?
Tom, I'm very glad that you can do carpet bombing, and I'm glad that Lord Hanuman is with you as he's with the rest of the country. Could you please tell us, why didn't you take Lord Hanuman's blessings and look at Manipur, which was burning, and the Honorable Prime Minister was in Karnataka doing carpet bombing, in your own words? Don't you think you have a moral responsibility towards this country? And I challenge you on national TV, I challenge you in front of Rahul and Padmaja, tell me another instance in the history of this country, Article 355 was evoked without Article 356. Tell me that's what you have to do in Manipur. Don't you think that the Honorable Home Minister should have been some answerability to the media rather than carpet bombing?
Double engine,
or failed engine, corrupt engine, broken down engine.
So that's what you're trying to say. Okay, so
the engine that Germany showed in the cartoon.
You took such a long route to get to the double engine point. I thought maybe one of the engines that failed.
Engine.
Okay, let me.
He was going up the Karjat Ghat to Pune.
Mr. Ranganathan, look, two issues we framed. Two issues
which doesn't have banker engines, by the way.
The one that we haven't still talked about is defections, but two issues we framed. Corruption and, well, whatever you want to call the Bajrang Dal. Some people are calling it a communal issue. Some people are saying, no, it's about identity, it's core, this, that, the other, and this was an absolute assault on Hindu rights and this, that, the other. Where's the election here?
Yeah, good evening, first of all, Padmaja and Rahul and everyone else out here. I'm shocked by my good friend Tehseen and the numbers that he's quoted. First of all, I mean, people have been asking me to quote the numbers of seats. I'm not going to quote the seats.
Tehseen is peering into your phone. He knows you're going to do a 30-second readout of figures now. He is quietly peering into your phone.
Is this a Karnataka or China one?
Okay, go on.
If it was from China, then it would have been through the one who knows the Chinese ambassador. But anyway, I'm not going to quote the numbers. I'm just going to quote the new resorts that have come up near the airport. And one of them is actually, believe it or not, the Poonawalla resort. Now, I don't know whether that's, now he's nodding his head. Now, is he going to be party agnostic? Are the BJP MLAs as well as JDS MLAs going to be sequesters there? That is, I leave it on Tehseen. But he's been preposterous. He has a figure, admittedly, as many of the opposite sex, but I have figures. Let me deal with figures. Now, there is good news, there is bad news. Which do you want me to tell first?
Good news. Good news always.
Good news. Good news is, as far as the economy is concerned, as far as the welfare schemes that the BJP has launched in Karnataka concerned, it's hit the mark. If you were to talk about the FDI, there's a threefold FDI jump in the last 5 years. If you want to talk about the GSDP per capita, it was 1.8 lakhs 5 years ago. Today it's 3.02 lakhs. Inflation has remained below national average all through the last 5 years. The average educational attainment has increased by 3.7 years. That's unprecedented. Karnataka has grown 2 percentage points above the national average in the last 5 years. That's the good news. Yeah. Welfare, 3.7 million Ujjwala beneficiaries, 4.8 million toilets, 4.3 million tap water connections, 4.2 million Ayushman, infra, 2 airports to 9 airports, 600% jump in railway budget, Bengaluru metro 175 kilometers approved, so many. But negatives, corruption. Let's be very honest, this previous BJP government was formed because of corruption. Let's be very honest about it. It managed to run because of corruption. For heaven's sake, there was a Congress minister, Mr. Anand Singh, and the BJP blocked roads and did dharnas to have him arrested. He switched parties. He was almost convicted for 13 forest crime charges. When he switched to BJP, BJP made him the forest minister. And as just said, almost 40% of BJP ministers haven't got the ticket. He's one of them. So he hasn't got the ticket this time.
But do you think, Anand, it is a big enough issue to drive away BJP voters?
So now this is the $1 million or however many dollar question is, you are going to balance what the public perception of corruption is versus the economy doing well of Karnataka, and Tehseen is absolutely wrong about inflation, as I've quoted the figures about the GDP per capita and welfare scheme. So I leave it to the people to decide, but please do not forget the caste factor.
But you know, it's a funny thing, because I was reading one of these sort of impressionistic pieces that usually are written by people who suddenly para-drop and say, okay, let's see now what's happening in Karnataka. The other day in one of the newspapers, and they said, oh, well, you know, the good thing is that the government, while it might take, that's his point of view, delivers.
Yes.
And this really takes me back to the 2000 election in Tamil Nadu.
Correct.
Actually, where the DMK was doing a very good job while it was in power. There were a large number of schools that had suddenly got computers, this, that, the other. When the election happened, J. Jayalalitha came back. And remember, J. Jayalalitha at that time was under a cloud. So governance, sometimes, you know, the way we look at it and the way people look at it, because there's still a larger patronage, my baap, sarkar expectation.
But that's the Jane Bhi Do Yaro motto. You know, thoda khao, thoda pheko.
But that's what brings me to the caste. Yeah. And that's really the unspoken, you know, equation here.
One thing to what Mr. Raman
very quickly, I want to bring in
because
Mr. Gowda also.
Tehseen was talking about unemployment as an issue. Karnataka has got just 2.5% unemployment.
Yeah.
It is one of the lowest in the country. And what are they talking about? Priyanka Gandhi coming and saying that I will give 3,500 rupees per family or per youth. This was the promise given by TRS government in 2018. They have not implemented till today. They promised 3,016 rupees for every unemployed youth. Given in December 2018. Congress manifesto is just a bundle of cut, copy, paste. They have copied from Aam Aadmi Party, from DMK Party, which promised 1,000 rupees per women, and they promised in Himachal Pradesh that they would give unemployment allowance, or for that matter for the women. They have not given. So it is a bundle of lies which Congress has given, and people of Karnataka would know, and they have spoken.
Okay, so talk is cheap, as is commonly said, and so are making promises till the time that you're in a position to deliver on those promises. Let me come across to you, Mr. Gowda, because BJP, Congress are, you know, in opposite directions here. According to the JDS, what will be the decider issue for you?
As far as JDS party is concerned, we are the people, and our leader, former Chief Minister Kumaraswamy, is known for his keeping his words. because whenever he come to power, he has kept up his words. Our manifesto, 2018 manifesto, was that if we come to power.
Let me rephrase my question. Name me one issue which you think is capable of swinging the election in your favor. One issue, one.
We are very much confident this 2023 elections or for regional party will going to form the government, because people of Karnataka have seen both the national parties how they have.
Jay wants to
Mr. Gowda,
challenge you on that point.
Mr. Gowda, I'm just reading from
both the national parties.
I'm just reading from the Times of India portal. At 6:15, Mr. Kumaraswamy has given a statement to the TOI portal that JDS will suffer a setback in 25 winnable seats due to funds crunch. Is that not almost an admission of defeat? I mean, here's a former chief minister saying some 25 winnable seats we are going to suffer a setback due to a funds and a resources crunch. I mean, does that, is that congruent to what you're saying that we are on the way to victory, the people have responded? There's some, there's something missing there.
Okay.
Mr. Jay, ask him also.
One second, let him respond.
Chief Minister Kumaraswamy will always go go on to reality, but that doesn't mean that it is not going to stop us from forming the government, because Kumaraswamy's effort and he has given the program common programs to the people of Karnataka, which is reachable to the common people.
ये थोड़ा सा out of syllabus आपने सवाल पूछा, तो slightly out of syllabus question to Mr. Gowda. To be fair, I think you also want to do quickly.
Yeah, I just want to ask him, how many seats are they planning to win in Mysore, Mandya? Because they swept 7, and I can tell you, my data tells if they win 2, it will be miracle. They can win 1. And in Chennapatna, what's happening? Does the 25 seats include Chennapatna also?
Okay, look, 4 minutes to go to the first projection, and just want to ask our team to put out on the grid the latest turnout figures, so we get a bit of a sense of what's really happening on the ground. In the meantime, the Congress's Mr. Mecca warming up to the debate. Mr. Mecca, simple, very straightforward question. Tehseen Poonawala in our studio, close observer of Congress politics, says that you lost the plot in the last 2 weeks by deviating from what was really the only issue. Is this going to cost you? And were you trying to polarize?
I don't think so. So what I have seen is Congress for a Change has shed its laid-back attitude and put in an organized campaign. Every leader is there. Everybody stuck to the actual
Mr. Mecca,
agenda.
that's very well. And I'm asking you a straightforward question. The question was, what prompted you to play around with the central message by deviating and picking up something that would only appeal to a particular section of the voter? Was it panic? Was it a desperate tactic? Were you perhaps seeing yourself falling back? That's the question. Why would anyone want to deviate from what presumably was going to be the winning formula?
No, we did not deviate. BJP was clutching at the straws, and then they made issues of non-issues. That's what has happened.
How is it a non-issue, sir? It's in your manifesto. Do you put non-issues into your manifesto? Because if that's the case, then the manifesto, let's just throw it away. It's just a non-issue. It's in your manifesto, sir.
Let us see. I think that it's not an issue as far as the election is concerned. The issues in the election are different. It's
are you
it's
saying
not
that,
about communal
Are you
issues.
saying
I
that
don't
the
think it's an issue.
BJP talking about the Maryada of Bajrangis in the state of Karnataka is a non-issue? Is that what you're saying?
Exactly, because Bajrang Bali and Bajrang Dal are not the same.
Okay.
Right? People know that.
Okay. Dr. Ranganathan wants to respond.
Yeah, I think time has come for India to grow out of constantly beating this communal issue drum. For me, there is no such thing as a communal issue, and I can go on and on about this. I can prove it to you that if at all there is a community of people who have been discriminated against in this country, by all governments, including the BJP, they are the Hindus. And as I say, they are 8th class citizens in this country. So please, let's not talk about communal issues. But I want to take Tehseen on one thing when he says Congress has learned how to win states. Nothing could be further than the truth, because what Congress is doing is, it might be winning states, for example Himachal, but it's taking the country backwards. It is negating everything that was there in its manifesto. And it has realized that if it holds true to what is there in its manifesto, it will take the country forward, but it will not win. I talk about the old pension scheme, I talk about the farm bill. So, sorry Tehseen, Congress by winning states is taking India backwards. Disprove me.
Absolutely disprove you.
How?
You know a gentleman called Devendra Fadnavis? BJP blue-eyed boy of the RSS. Please Google check and fact check me. He said if anyone can put the old pension scheme back in the country, it is the Bharatiya Janata Party. Please tell me Devendra Fadnavis should not be speaking that. That is what the Maharashtra BJP is doing. One second. Farm laws. The farm law reforms are bought in by the Congress. Did the Congress ask you to remove the essential commodities? It's not about the farm laws. And I'm asking you one question. If the Congress was bad, why did the most powerful man in the universe, the most honorable Prime Minister, take it back? That is also the Congress's fault. Who was the Prime Minister to take it back? The Prime Minister brought in a law, he took it back. Why did the Prime Minister pass a law without the consent of the Rajya Sabha through a voice vote? So the question is, everything that the BJP does is not kosher, my friend. The fact is the BJP is continuously violating the Constitution, and therefore we are raising our voices. We are raising our voices for the people of this country.
We've gone beyond the point of where, whether this is going to be bought up by the voters. That discussion is done. I gently want to point out that Mr. Meka of the Congress just said that the Congress has shed its laid-back attitude for a change and is getting its act together. And for Mr. Meka to be saying that is very generous. For a change, they've shed their laid-back attitude, he says. Very quickly, let me...
No. Something wrong with the grid at the bottom. Can we remove that grid, please? Something very wrong with that grid. At the bottom, please, can we remove the grid?
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah. Let's just get that grid sorted. And it is already now... Padmaja, 6:30.
Yeah.
So we can actually begin to show some of our first projections. And we have a countdown to it. Let's go with the countdown. Is that ready? 65.69% right now, viewers, the turnout till 5 p.m. Are we ready to go? 4 seconds, 3 seconds, well, 2, 1, and let's see which is the first projection coming out of, I think, coastal Karnataka. That's it on your screens, viewers. Coastal Karnataka. The exit poll ETG times now projection, that's the seat projection, Padmaja, out of 19 in coastal Karnataka. The BJP, well, certainly the Bajrang...
It's exactly the same as last time. So
exactly.
actually, I don't think we can put this down to the Bajrang Dal effect.
No,
this is a BJP stronghold. It is one of the areas, incidentally, which has got a very
But we can't ignore the fact that this is an upper caste bastion also, where there has been, of course, a lot of communal strife in the past. And
not only
the
that,
BJP has talked a lot about communal issues here.
It is one of the original mobilization areas of the RSS.
Yes.
Even Uma Bharti, her guru is a follower of the Pejwar Mutt in Udupi.
Yeah.
So there is a deep connection between the RSS overall working and the coastal Karnataka.
I mean, the hijab, the halal, the love jihad, all these issues have always found instant resonance here.
Hijab, halal, love jihad has captured the imagination or has got into the mind space of the state narrative now. But if you go back to, even in the 90s, where there used to be bombings in Bombay and then a dawn would be located in Bhatkal, which is in coastal Karnataka. So for them, like, they've been living with the narrative about 20 years. So it's an old stronghold.
Old stronghold. There you can see, viewers, that's the map really, isn't it, of Karnataka.
Yeah, so if you could just quickly take this on the LED, maybe we can actually explain there what is the importance of this particular area, and then get JVC in also to, talk to us about what he saw in this area. Now this, incidentally, is Uttar Kannada, Dakshin Kannada and Udupi. Like we said, this is a place which has got a very strong RSS presence. What is also interesting is that you have a couple of seats here where the Congress is almost unshakable, and Mangalore, which most people would think being the most famous in coastal Karnataka, is a Congress bastion. UT Khadar from there is almost unshakable. Talk us through the other important points we should note about coastal Karnataka.
Yeah, I'll just nuance that a little bit. So there are 3 seats. One is a seat just called Mangalore, where UT Khadar is unshakable. But there's a Mangalore City North and a Mangalore City South, which between 2008 and 18, Congress, BJP both Again 13 both Congress, 18 both come back to the BJP. In 13 when the Congress wins, incidentally, both are minority candidates. One is a Muslim, the other is a Christian. It's very interesting. This is one region which connects right up to Bombay with its commercial linkages. So you see, Moga Viras are present in large numbers here. There is a Moga Vira bank, substantial number of branches in Mumbai as well. So business connects to Bombay and a strong RSS presence.
And JDC, yes, go on. What is also important is that even though the SDPI has fielded people, keep sitting, just talk to us from there. Even though the SDPI has fielded, I think about how many seats have they fielded people in coastal Karnataka?
In coastal Karnataka, I think around 12.
Yeah, but none of them. So according to the figures that we have, they are not making much of a headway at all. Why do you think that is?
See, because I think the Muslims there vote for who is going to win. So artifacts, they may love SDPI, but who can beat BJP in coastal Karnataka? They still believe Congress can only beat BJP, as a result of which they vote. And also in the last few days, the SDPI has also extended support to the Congress. Because we have been speaking from, from day one, that SDPI in the beginning wants to contest 90 to 120 seats, but they negotiate, bring it down, and that's what has happened.
Actually, at the beginning...
in Kittur, I think there is a change of candidate.
Yes.
And there is
Mr. Angara has been replaced with Bhagirathi Murulia, who's from the SC left.
And Kittur also has a very strong BJP rebel who is contesting because he was quite a favorite in that area. So you've got a very strong BJP rebel. But that being said, they have still managed to hold on to exactly the same tally. Not really much of a surprise this time around.
Well, it's a very positive sort of start for the Bharatiya Janata Party, at least when it comes to coastal Karnataka. Any surprises here? Let's just go straight across to the Congress there. Do we still have the Congress? Okay, Tehseen, this is not supposed to be the result that you're sort of anticipating. I mean, this is an area that has seen in the past a lot of destitution. We know because we've seen the indicators. You say that, oh, this is a rejection. Bharat Jodo is, a rejection of the politics of hate, communalism, this, that, polarization. Well, the BJP doesn't seem to have been dented in the least.
No, so coastal Karnataka is their strong point in these 19 seats, but I do see that.
But if you're going to win an election, you have to ensure that you make dents in their strong points.
I am putting my money on my mouth, and this will come out. The Congress will have a higher vote percentage in Karnataka overall, and coastal Karnataka, the Congress will end up at higher seats than what it got last time, which means the Congress will gain right now in the BJP.
So you're disregarding the poll right now?
Right now, the poll is saying 16 and 3. I am putting my mouth at 12 and 7. 12 for BJP, 7 for
There's
Congress.
a Rajniti number also. There's a Rajniti poll that...
what is this?
Let's have a look at the Rajniti poll, if we can try and pull that one out. Do we have that? There you have a poll of polls. There's a Rajniti poll that I'm told. Well, that's again showing the BJP at 13 and the Congress at 6.
13, 6, I said 12,
so, and the mean there is 14. That's hardly a... I'm only asking. Rahul Gandhi invested a lot of time and energy. Your leaders have talked a lot about the BJP's sort of fear-mongering, using, slogans, weaponizing them, this, that, the other.
Look,
this doesn't seem to be...
BJP is expecting 16 and they end up with 13 or 12. It's a loss for the BJP because the Congress is going to gain in other parts of...
If you talk about this area,
the Congress, I think 7 is fantastic, and Jay will bear testimony. The Congress gets 7 in coastal Karnataka. I think it's great, and I think the Congress will. And if that happens, I think you're going to see the Congress cross the 40%.
But hang on, let's test this out. No, one second. Let's just, one second. In 2008, the Congress had 7.
7, yeah.
In 2013, it had 13.
Yeah.
And in 2018, it came down to 3.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the gain, right? So, I think a gain from 2018.
No, but the jinx is, if the Congress does well there like two...
Not 3. No, the gain will be from 2018, and it'll gain of 4 seats. I'm calling 4 seats.
Can you tell me what happened between 2013 and 18 then? From 13 it went down to 3.
Of course the Congress lost seats. Why? Of course there was anti-incumbency. Of course there was anti-incumbency. But the Congress was the highest vote percentage in the whole state of Karnataka in 2018. It got a higher vote percentage in Karnataka. Seat conversion, BJP was more, but the Congress was the higher vote percentage.
Let me ask you a straight question. Do you think in that belt?
That's because Teshin, in places like Bagepalli in old Mysore region, BJP hardly got 3%, 4%. Even in a place in Mandya, they got 6.5%. And I can tell you, in Mandya, BJP is winning. In Bagepalli, which got 2.45% in 2019, Modi ji. And now Bagepalli, that's fine. That's fine.
How are you comparing, sir? I'm comparing 18 to 19, sir.
What happened, Teshin, is between 2018 and 2023, BJP has grown phenomenal. JDS supporters have said, in Old Mysore region, BJP did not have booth agents.
Okay,
but today there are.
We won't go to Old Mysuru just as yet. In coastal Karnataka, we've seen two figures now, Mr. Sriram. We've seen one of Rajniti, one of the Times Now exit poll. Which one do you think is closer? Is
16-3. Worst came worst, it'll be 15-4. It cannot go below that.
Why do you say that?
Because
they've got rebellions there. And another interesting anecdote, coastal Karnataka is the one where BJP has changed maximum of their sitting MLAs.
Why?
6 out of 16.
Yes.
The last election they had 16. 6 of them have been changed. In no other region has such a large number of sitting MLAs been changed. So clearly there are problems there. Right?
One thing is, wherever BJP is extremely strong, I think, this is what I know, this is what I read as an analyst, is that Mr. Modi believes that UP, he changed. He changed a lot of MLA candidates. Gujarat, wholesome change. So coastal Karnataka, they are willing to
Gujarat, because the region where he changed the maximum, which is Saurashtra, is also the one where they had the maximum gains.
Okay, some interesting updates coming in on poll of polls, and we're going to start putting them out on our grid, the poll of polls. So there you have, in coastal Karnataka, the India Today Axis number. I think that's what it is at the bottom. Yeah, coastal Karnataka. So they've, the India Today Axis seems to also have been sort of pretty much along ETG lines, 16-3-0-0. Yeah. So that's another. But I just want to give you some overall numbers. Matriz Z News. Now, we're being told that they have put out all their numbers.
Okay. Yeah.
And the BJP, according to Matriz agency, is going to get between 79 to 94. The Congress 103 to 118. The JDS 25 to 33. Others 2 to 5. So that's the Matriz poll, which Z News is playing out. There are other polls also. Let me quickly go. There is
there's Jan Ki Baat.
There's a Jan Ki Baat poll, and there is also PMark exit poll that is being put out. PMark is putting Congress at 94 to 108, BJP 85 to 100, JDS 24 to 32, others 2 and 6. So
you know, this is so crazy that we've got opinion exit polls which are polar opposite. So Jan Ki Baat is saying that BJP will get between 94 to 117, Congress will get between 91 to 106, and Matriz is saying the exact opposite. They are giving Congress that much number up till about 180, and the BJP they have kept just a little below 100. Have you ever seen in recent history so much difference between exit polls for the same state?
No, I'll give. Now, I don't know whether people are really following cephalogical methodology or not, but I have a data-based qualifier for it, so I'll give the qualifier out. Now, if you look at the normal margin of error in the poll is about 3%, okay, which means 6% of the votes here and there total. Now, if you look at Karnataka, the 6% of the votes here and there, it goes to about 37 seats. Okay, so that means you can place one party at 78, say a tally like 80, and say that with a margin error of 3%, you can say the same party can get 110. Okay, so everybody has tried to play at the fag ends of the margin of error range.
Okay, let's quickly get political opinions now. Tom Vadakkan, Mr. Shyam Prasad Meka, what do you make of the first coastal Karnataka? Mr. Meka, you go first.
Yeah, I think coastal Karnataka, as expected, it's a stronghold of BJP. But at the same time, I'm a bit surprised when you said 16-3. I expect Congress to do slightly better than that. About 6 or 7 seats is what we have been anticipating. With an overall vote percentage of about 42 to 45, that's the anticipation from as far as Congress is concerned. But let's see. Let's move through the other regions.
Yes, okay. Hang on. We're all cherry picking. You just want to move to another region because it doesn't suit your sort of your outlook. But that's not the way. Shekhar Iyer, let's have a quick chat about the overall numbers that some other poll surveys are projecting. The TV9 Pollstrat exit poll seems to put the BJP at 104. 88 to 98. Sorry, 88 to 98. The Congress 99 to 109. JDS 21 to 26. We're just going to put out those numbers on our DV window, full frame also. But this is TV9 Pollstrat, viewers. 88 to 98. 99 to 109 for Congress, JDS 21-26. As I was saying, viewers, the Matriz poll is also out there. The Matriz poll seems to be also in the same neighborhood. The BJP 79-90 for Congress 103-118. So clearly showing the Congress inching close to a simple majority. JDS 25-33, others 2-5. So, Shekhar, do you believe this is an election for the Congress to lose?
No, this was an election which was the best election for the Congress, no doubt about it. If the figures, if exit polls continue to give that kind of lead for the Congress, it's not surprising. But the question is, how much have they, lost some sheen in the last few days following the Prime Minister's foray into Karnataka, following other issues that have come up. Now, coastal Karnataka is not at all a surprise, and Congress was not bothered about coastal Karnataka also. But in the other areas, you see, I find one figure seems to be maybe close to reality, the figures that all of them are projecting for Janata Dal secular. Because you cannot write off Janata Dal secular, particularly in old Mysore areas. If they get anywhere between 25 to 35, that's the figure they are looking at to play whatever king's role they want to play or kingmaker's role they want to play. But as far as BJP is concerned, in fact, they were doing very badly, 3-4 weeks ago. They themselves knew that things were very bad. If they have managed to inch towards the 100 figure, maybe if they're coming closer to 80 or 85, I think they would think it is, in fact, things have improved. So therefore, I think it's for the Congress, it's how many seats are they going to lose?
All right, yes, quickly, Jay.
There's just one point, Rahul. The point which I was making to Rahul and you earlier, the Congress is experiencing a declining peak phenomena. Okay. Now, the last time in 1999, Mr. Krishna forms a government, it's 41% votes, 132 seats. The next time they have the chief minister of their own in 2013 again, it's 37% votes and 122 seats. Now, everybody is talking in the range of 105, 108. I mean, the Congress, their peaks are declining. Not only their vote shares, also their seat shares. Yeah, that should be a matter of concern for the Indian National Congress.
But the vote percentage seems to be in the 40s. But yeah, because the margin could be the margin game, that they win by a larger margin, but they lose by a smaller margin. Therefore, the seat conversion is not happening.
Let's just quickly
but
focus.
JDS is consistent at 20s.
Okay.
Everywhere.
Consistent at 20. Well, the coastal numbers so far, viewers, the coastal numbers are putting the BJP ahead. And you can look up on top. If you have a look quickly on top, viewers, at the top end of this channel, you'll see that for coastal Karnataka, we're projecting, that is the Times Now ETG survey is projecting, the BJP at 16, the Congress at 3, the JDS 0 at this moment. So this really fundamentally is where the Times Now ETG survey is at. Of course, we're going to show you region by region as we go beyond, viewers, into other regions in the next 5 or 6 minutes. But fundamentally also at the bottom of your screens, you're seeing other projections from other pollsters, which are giving you overall numbers. The Z Matriz 114, Congress 86, that's the mean of that. So that clearly shows that the BJP is closer to forming a government, on the 13th than perhaps anyone else. There are also, of course, others that don't seem to be giving that much of an advantage to the BJP, in fact, putting the Congress closer.
So maybe we should go on to the next region now.
Let's
We've
have a
already
look at the
addressed,
next region.
we've addressed coastal Karnataka. Now, what's the next region that we are going to look at? We are going to look at central, which is Kendriya Karnataka. And here the BJP is at 92. The Congress is ahead here.
That's not at 92. That's actually the overall numbers for another poll.
All right,
so
overall numbers. Let's take a look at
in the next 10 seconds. In the next 10 seconds, we'll put a countdown and we are going to go with that.
Now let's tell our viewers. So why is central Karnataka important? Central Karnataka is the Lingayat stronghold, and this essentially is going to be JVC,
a great amount of the mining belt is there.
Absolutely.
So Yedurappa comes from there.
So you've got one, the test of Mr. Yedurappa. Two, how much are the Bellari brothers going to really be able to influence the election? The Reddy vote, all of those factors are going to come.
And one more thing, Davangere, I don't know that JS tracked it. Davangere is one place where BJP is weakened. In this election, Madhya Karnataka, I personally believe that their numbers will not be like what it was in 2018. I don't know whether your numbers are reflecting that, because I think they peaked in Madhya Karnataka with around 21 or 22 seats in 2018. So they are bound to, they should suffer losses here.
Now,
but how much are they suffering?
No. So here we have the numbers. The BJP seemingly, let's take a look at those numbers very quickly for Madhya Karnataka. It seems that the BJP has gone down
from 21 to 17.
Exactly.
Right.
And that could come from Davangere district, because in other places they will hold. And also we need to see at Shimoga if denying ticket to Ishwarappa, has it dented anywhere? I don't think so.
Absolutely. Okay. No, there are two upsets we are looking at in Shimoga. I mean, not upsets. I'm saying keen contest.
Right.
One is the denial of ticket to Mr. Ishwarappa's son, Kantesh.
Yes.
Yeah. And the other is against Mr. Yediyurappa's own son. There's a Raju Gowda, an independent, who has a sizable backing.
Right.
So these are two keen contests we are tracking there.
He was the
PA. Right.
He was the PA earlier on. But the Prime Minister called up Ishwarappa, and the PMO then made that call public. And I think that sort of made that ended the
still they're bound
sentiment.
to suffer,
Because
but
that call was
probably suffering to
PA.
4 or 5 seats. That's fine. Expected.
Why do you think this the major factor is Mr. Ishwarappa is the major factor for losses?
No, one more thing. Davangere, I think there is something which has happened in Davangere. When the results come out, we need to look at the Davangere around the probably 8 seats are there in Davangere.
8 seats.
Okay, I don't think they would cross 3 or 4.
No, Davangere is a contribution of multitude of factors.
Right.
One is it's actually an old mill town. A lot of the mills have closed down. There's unemployment due to that. Davangere is also at the boundary, at the edges of the mining hinterland. Harpanahalli and all those seats are the mining seats. So I think there is going to be some sort of a setback, as you rightly said. So we should look closely at Davangere and at Shimoga.
Yes.
All right. So here we have now the poll of polls, which is right on your screens right now. We've got all the different polls, Matrice, P-Mark, and we've got a third poll of ETG. We've got News Nation poll over there. Just take a look. So Matrice 114, P-Mark 92. The News Nation 114, that's as far as the BJP column is concerned. And yeah, News Nation and Matrice is exactly the same for the Congress.
So maybe Matrice did it for Z and News Nation. Maybe it was the same agency that did it for.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe everyone is taking each other's
Chinese
poll
whispers.
surveys. Chinese whispers.
It just seems very unique.
that seems to be bizarre.
What is also interesting in across poll of polls, and it's a small observation, but you've got parties like Aam Aadmi Party wading in this time. You've got, the SDPI, but they don't really seem to have made much of a mark.
I don't know what happened to Aam Aadmi Party till the month of February. They were doing pretty well. Trucks were arranged, everything was ready. But one Manish Sisodia went inside.
Listen, there's a little bit of... Wait, hang on.
Times now?
No, Tehseen, don't make it sound like this. Don't make it sound as if we're doing freestyle for Congress.
There's a little bit of over-glorification. Okay, there's only... Of all the reports that I've gone through, there's only one AP candidate that seems to be somewhat serious. That is in Roan, in Gadag district. That's the only one who's somewhat serious. That's all fun.
Okay, so very quickly, let's just quickly look at the overall numbers once. Let's not confuse our viewers. Viewers, we've called out, at least times now, ETG survey has called out 2 regions.
Yeah.
It's 8 minutes to 7 o'clock, and we are in 2 regions. 2 regions, coastal Karnataka and central Karnataka. Coastal Karnataka seems to be giving the BJP a huge lead, according to the ETG survey. In central Karnataka, the BJP, let's have a look at central Karnataka. There you see it, viewers. Central Karnataka, that's coastal Karnataka 16, but let's get to central. Yes, that's right. That's central Karnataka. The BJP at 17, the Congress at 9. And what we're going to do now, it's a simple maths. The top grid, we are going to add up. So we have the total numbers going in the top grid, so not the region by region, because we are showing the region by region right there in the middle. And at the bottom, viewers, just to get this simple and straightforward, we're also putting out other agency total numbers. So this is how the screen is shaped. The top is an addition of the overall numbers that ETG is giving out with Times Now. In the middle of your screen, we are giving you the region by region breakup. And at the bottom of your screens, viewers, we are giving you the poll of polls that are being put out by different agencies. Absolutely. So you get a full view. And I hope that we are being able to follow that protocol. So I just want to ask a very basic and simple question now. You look at these numbers, the exit poll numbers, and you do the math, and the BJP in 2 regions seems to be quite ahead.
Quite right.
Are we surprised in these 2 regions, central especially, where there were these big Lingayat leaders that have sort of walked out of the tent, the BJP is still holding on?
Well, central is a little surprising because the mining hinterland and Mr. Reddy has also floated his own party to cut votes. So I'm a little surprised by central, but not by coastal. I wouldn't be surprised by coastal. I wouldn't be surprised by the results of Mumbai, Karnataka. They are regions which were the foremost in going towards the BJP. So we do expect good results even in Mumbai, Karnataka. That's Kittur Karnataka.
Okay, so you are expecting good results even there?
In Kittur Karnataka.
Okay. Let me just quickly, straight away, go through the Congress. Is the Congress here with us? Okay, Mr. Meka, clearly taking in people who are from the BJP, even though they belong to the Lingayats, especially Mr. Shettar hasn't really given you the bump that you were expecting.
So based on your poll, you might be saying so. But the thing is, we did not take those leaders for any specific outcomes of Lingayat vote. They are senior enough, they have enough experience, and they need to be taken. We took that. But what we are banking on is, just like in any other sections of Karnataka, Lingayats are also strongly this time are looking for the change, and there is this hawa for Badlav. That's there in the state, and that's what we think is going to push Congress into power. Not any one leader or one community.
2 regions, no hawa. So where's the Badlav? I'm not seeing. Let's see. Okay, you're saying it's still a. Are you surprised?
No, I'm not. I'm not. I think both the regions which we have seen, I think coastal and Madhya Karnataka, both these regions are the BJP strongholds. And I think Mr. Yediyurappa has worked in 2023 elections more than what he had worked in 2018. Because, for obvious reasons. But it was his push. And so as a result of which, I can see the stamp of Mr. Yediyurappa in Madhya Karnataka. Otherwise, they would have probably, that number would have been 12 or 13.
Well, let's also look at the Rajniti poll for Central. Let's have a look at the Rajniti poll for Central. That'll be interesting to see because, now remember also, viewers, that a large number of these polls, their agencies have categorized these regions differently from each other. So you'll have a variation in number of seats, etc. But we've tried to minimize that, haven't we?
So the Rajniti poll is giving 16 to the BJP and 10 to the Congress. That's as far as the Rajniti poll. So they're giving more of an advantage to the BJP.
One seat, or 1 seat advantage to Congress and 1 seat less to BJP.
It has to be said that most people, as far as Mr. Yediyurappa is concerned, Anand, it was being said that, it is major sidelining of Mr. Yediyurappa. Till the last moment, it wasn't even decided whether his son is going to get Shikaripura, etc. Matlab, Lingayats are going to large-scale migrate from the BJP purely from his bastion. That doesn't seem to be the case.
I think there are 2 issues here, and I have a little bit of a different take than what Tessin and others have. I think we have to factor in the possibility that, especially in the case of Central Karnataka, Congress is doing better. BJP hasn't done as well, of course, as you mentioned. Yediyurappa has campaigned much more vociferously this time than last time. But the fact is this, in terms of the welfare schemes and the benefits to people, that has happened previously. So what happens is there are issues other than toilets, other than electricity, other than Ayushman that have cropped up. And that kind of muddies the waters. You know what I mean? If you give a toilet to a person, a ghar to a person, that person will, in the image, is that, well, my baap has given me this, I'm going to vote. But if that person already has it, then a new issue crops up. So I think, at least in central issue, I think, I might be wrong, but I think that's my varied take.
Padmaja, one more thing about this Yediyurappa factor. C.T. Ravi said that tickets will not be decided on anyone's breakfast table. Amit Shah ji went to Yediyurappa's house for breakfast and tickets were decided there. So you have to understand, what I'm trying to say, I'm trying to say something else.
So how do tickets are decided there?
Don't interrupt me. I'm trying to say something very important.
Tickets are decided by the parliamentary board, not by Mr. Yediyurappa's house.
Political point, allow me to make the political, don't interrupt me. I'm trying to say that Yediyurappa ji was accommodated. The BJP went beyond its brief to accommodate Yediyurappa ji. Yediyurappa ji should, as per the BJP policy, not be in the parliamentary party. He is in the parliamentary party. They went to his house. The fact of the matter.
Congress party is giving tickets. Come on. You can't even stand. Close to praising him, not close to vote. He cannot even stand. And that kind of person you are giving MLA ticket.
I understand.
Come on, boss, give me a break.
But relax, I'm praising Yedurappa, not going against. So please relax, hear me out. Be calm. What I'm trying to say,
we're not used to you praising anybody in the BJP. So pardon.
At least here, don't get so hyper.
Good evening.
It's a stupid hyper. What I'm saying is, I'm making another point. Can you hear me out? I'm saying that the BJP has gone beyond its brief with Yedurappa ji, and that's taking Padmaja's point forward. Yedurappa ji, without doubt, like Siddaramaiah ji, was the tallest leader. I think the BJP has got him in, and that factor of the Lingayat vote not going the way the Congress expected, I think has played a very pivotal role. I think that also is credit to the BJP leadership that has been flexible in understanding where it's been weak. So you got to be a balance in your analysis. No, I'm being balanced in my analysis, and I don't expect you to start.
He praised Mr. Yedurappa. Then he said all credit to BJP leadership.
This is an election for Congress to win.
Tessin. 1 minute. No, the question that arises now.
What's your problem?
Tessin Poonawalla, are you the second Poonawalla who's looking for a BJP ticket now?
I will never go to the BJP. I am saying this was an election for the Congress.
You are praising the BJP.
No, see. You have to understand that Congress should have been at 125 today. If they are struggling...
You said 135 the last time we debated. And then you scaled it down to 125. How much are you scaling it down to today?
So I feel the Congress will still be single largest.
Okay, now you're down to single largest.
108 to 110, but the problem in 108 to 110 for the Congress is the governor and ED will come into play. And I think the Congress...
ED?
Of course it will come into play. And you know what I know. It is the state ka thodi hota. And the problem in that is, the Congress should have focused on 115 plus. It got deviated, and that to me is upsetting for the...
So who's responsible for that? Sorry, Navika. Yeah. Who's responsible for that narrative?
Say the name.
Tell the name.
Say the name.
No, whatever. They should have seen the manifesto properly. I don't think the manifesto, those errors should have happened. That's my opinion. This was a 125 election for the Congress. 125 plus.
So they spoiled the game a bit. Jay, I want to come to you. Good evening, Jay. Lovely to have you back on elections here. And as always, we turn to you when we want to do any number crunching. And I want to know from you simply whether Bajrang Bali backfired on the Congress party, the Bajrang Dal ban, the PFI ban equation, and then the Prime Minister coming in and going on the offensive on this. Did that damage the Congress party, and also did it improve the BJP's prospects?
Navika, I think the Congress needs to learn from history. I would call this a mini Maut ka Saudagar. You know, you look at this. Bajrang Dal is so directly connected to Bajrang Bali, and then it so directly connects to Hanuman Chalisa. I think the Congress inadvertently exactly highlighted that spot of its outlook that it should not have in making those promises. Even making the promises, equating them to PFI. Even in the past, equating the RSS or Bajrang Dal to ISIS has not worked. Right? I don't know how the Congress expected it would work this time. It's clearly backfired for them, Navika. Clearly backfired.
And what was most interesting, because timing has to be perfect. It's not just about the issue being picked up, Navika. It's about the timing. The comment was made on a Mangalwar. Mangalwar ke din, subah ke waqt, when people would be sitting in Hanuman temples and perhaps going there for darshan, the manifesto release happens and you're like, we will ban Bajrang Dal. On a Tuesday, in a state which has the Anjaneya Hills, which is supposed to be the birthplace of Lord Hanuman, you say, okay, we are going to ban the Bajrang Dal. But welcome to all our guests who are joining us now in the studio. Before we go any further, Jay and I are going to do a quick recap. Let's start with the two numbers that we have put out so far, and then we will do a poll of polls of the numbers that have come.
I think at 7 p.m. Mumbai, Karnataka is
yeah, so we'll just go that in order. Let's do a quick recap. Right at the top, let's first put up the numbers again for coastal. For all of those who are joining us right now at the top of 7 p.m., the coastal numbers, here is what the Rajniti poll says. It gives out of 19, 13 to the BJP, 6 to the Congress.
It's a drop of 3 from last time. Last time was 16 and 3.
Yeah. What does the ETG poll say, however? Let's put up our own numbers
sticks
first.
To the same tally, 16 and 3 as last time.
So let's put up our own numbers first. Our numbers, according to the ETG poll, are 16 and 3. So here's the order we will follow. We will first take Times Now ETG numbers for both of the regions, all of the regions, and then we will come to Rajniti. Then we will do our poll of polls. Now, this is as far as coastal is concerned, 16 and 3. Moving on to, so moving on now, we have 16 and 3 as far as coastal Karnataka is concerned. Moving on to the next area which we are talking about, Central Karnataka. In Central Karnataka, the Times Now ETG numbers are giving a slightly lesser tally than last time around to the BJP.
17 and 9.
So we have 17 and 9. Last time, how much was it?
21 and reversely 4 less here.
All right. So there is a loss of 4 to the BJP in Central Karnataka. What does the Rajniti numbers say for Central Karnataka or Madhya Karnataka? Like we've been saying, the main issues that dominate this particular area. Number 1 issue, of course, is Mr. Yediyurappa. Number 2 issue, this is the might of the Reddy brothers. This is the mining belt as well. And number 3 also is the increased push for water, the water resources, water bodies, etc. Rejuvenation of lakes, all of that has been done in this area as well. Times Now ETG out of 26 gives BJP 17, Congress 9.
And I think that's the Rajniti number also, because that's been going around the 17 and 9. Okay, they're just one different.
1
16
less.
And
so
10.
BJP is getting 16 according to Rajniti, Congress is getting 10. And we've declared 2 of the regions now out of 6. Now let's show you the poll of polls. What are the poll of poll numbers saying at this moment? Matrice says 86 for BJP, Congress 108, JDS 28, PMark says 92 for BJP, Jan Ki Baat gives 106 to the BJP, TV9 Polstrat gives 93 to the BJP. Congress 108, 101, 99, 104, and JDS 28, 28, 19, 24. The biggest takeaway from this is that everyone is giving a hung assembly, and so is the poll of polls, Jay. It's a hung assembly according to the poll of polls right now.
Absolutely. And look at this margin, 9 seats. As I said, with the 3% margin of error, in Karnataka, you can actually give a 30 seats band. So everybody has played very safely. Some of them have stuck to this end of the range. Some of them have stuck to the other end of the range.
Well, joining us at this moment are Ashutosh, senior journalist, Mr. R. Rajagopalan, senior journalist as well, and Smita Prakash, editor of ANI, looking bright as ever. Smita, your state, the state that you come from, going to polls, and the poll of polls says hung house. How does that sound to you? But before I ask you that, Tuhin Sinha, Sanjay Jha, Suman C. Raman also joined this broadcast. Good evening. And while we can't do any bets on national television, we'll just do a round of what people think and do they agree with the polls. So Smita, go first.
Well, clearly with his poll of polls that Padmaja just put up, I think it's quite clear that there's no wave. That's the first thing that one can say. So this 40% Sarkara that we were talking about seems that only 40% is what any party is going to get, nothing more than. They're not crossing that 50% mark. Nobody is crossing. So it's going to be a 40% Sarkara, whoever comes into power right now. And they will need that third factor. At least that's what these polls are showing. And, the Congress made it all about corruption. But if it was that much of an anti-incumbency, then the numbers should have been much better for the Congress. This doesn't show that the Congress was, even though they ran a very good campaign, doesn't look like they managed the numbers that they had expected. If you remember the earlier, about 2 weeks ago, it was supposed to be a clear sweep. It was going to be Congress all the way. And then in the slog overs comes Mr. Modi, and comes the entire gaffes that Padmaja listed out and that you also pointed out about the whole Bajrang Dal thing, and about saying it in a place which is the birthplace of Anjaneya. You come and say that they just changed the whole thing, and the very last day, that sovereignty dig that was done, that itself, I think, to a large extent, those undecided voters seem to have made a difference.
Well, Mr. Veerappa Moily, former minister, senior leader of the Congress party, joining this broadcast, also joining the broadcast
with Minister in the Karnataka cabinet, Mr. C.N. Ashwath Narayan. Biggest face-off right here on Times Now on Exit Poll Dynamica.
Well, Mr. Veerappa Moily, as far as the numbers so far are concerned in the poll of polls, It doesn't seem like the Congress party is getting the complete majority as of now. Hung house is the best expectation. Do you think the Congress overestimated its strength, or has it gone wrong somewhere along the way?
But I am not a cephalogist to contradict to give an analysis of the result, because that I can tell you only after 13th.
Okay.
But at the same time, but one thing I can tell you, mathematics wise and all the assumptions wise, the kind of all the 5 years Congress has done excellent groundwork right from the booth level to the state level, and the state leadership under the leadership of Shivakumar and also Siddaramaiah, they have spared no efforts at all, and they have been, all our leaders have done excellent homework. And apart from the organizational strength, even the biggest rallies which have been conducted by the state leaders, should also contribute. Added to that, the national leaders like the Rahul Gandhi through the Bharat Jodo Yatra, that was the biggest success.
But do you think, Mr. Moily, the Bajrang Dal ban in the manifesto, set the wrong tone, pressed the wrong chord in the elections, because you were the first one to come out and say no ban on Bajrang Dal? Did you think it would have damaged the Congress's prospects?
No. In fact, the BJP expected that it will damage our prospects. But I don't think, we have clearly said that it is not intention of banning. You should understand the word like, any elements or reactionary forces who disturb the rule of law and also violate the constitutional provisions. We said, like PFI or the Bajrang Dal, because the very word that PFI has been already banned by the present government. Only question is Bajrang Dal also. Only if they contradict the provisions of the constitution and they violate the rule of law, then only some action will have to be taken. That doesn't mean ban alone. That alone is not the answer. We have already clarified it.
Okay.
Moreover, you look at the Supreme Court decision where they have said the people will have to be dealt with heavily who disrupt the society and also rule of law.
Mr. Moily, we are able to read between the lines, and we've got the drift of your argument very well put there. But it's also time now in these exit polls to go back to the number before we go to Mr. Ashwath Narayan. Let's take a look at the numbers, Padmaja.
The big numbers of the Times Now ETG poll and the overall. We will then get you a region by region breakup also very quickly. Let's just put all of them out in the other ones that are left. This is the poll of polls. Let's put the Times Now ETG overall numbers for Karnataka. We have already put out coastal, we have put out central. Now let's put out the other numbers, please, of the Times Now ETG poll. Hyderabad. All right, so this is Central Karnataka. We are still talking about Central Karnataka,
actually,
which
Mumbai
we have just done 5 minutes ago.
Yeah?
Yes, so wow.
Kittur and Kalyan Karnataka.
Yes, so Kalyan Karnataka, also known as Hyderabad Karnataka. Of the 40 seats here, the Congress is at 29 according to our numbers, and the BJP is at 10. In Kalyan Karnataka. How does this compare, Jay, to the last time?
See, last time, okay, we had a little different breakup. We had 32, but of that, the BJP had 12. So I'm assuming out of this 40, the BJP should have had 15 or 16 odd. Okay, it's a slight setback as per this poll. Okay, but we have to remember one thing, Padmaja, that this is a region where the BJP has really put in a great social engineering effort, right? This is the region from where Mr. Khadge comes.
Yeah.
They have worked on components within the SC right, Lambanis and Bovis. They've worked on the SC left. So actually, I wouldn't be surprised if the BJP actually improves its
gains over here. Now, we're talking about Hyderabad Karnataka or Kalyan Karnataka. A couple of things that viewers would be interested in this region. One, it's an extremely backward area. It has, in human development indices, not faring very high. It has a special category status as well.
Seeking.
No, I think it already has a special category status. The other thing is that the reservation rejig that has been done by the BJP, where they've taken away the 4% so-called Muslim reservation and distributed evenly between the SCs and the STs, this is the one area where it is likely to have the maximum impact, positive impact, but also one negative impact. This is the area that also has a large population of the Banjara community, who, if you remember, had gone and pelted stones at Mr. Yedurappa's house. They are not very happy.
To put a jalebi, the way you say always keep going down, to balance it off, nicely is to say that the BJP candidate who defeated Mr. Khadge in his bastion is a Lambani. He's a Banjara. So the BJP has actually even taken care to nurture those leaders so that there's not much of a negative side effect.
And the man that they have fielded against Priyank Khadge in Chittapur is also a Lambani Banjara.
Lambani, he's a Rathod.
Yeah, he's Rathod, Manikandan Rathod. And if you remember, we had this entire controversy where they released an audio tape and this man was saying कि मेरे खिलाफ 44 cases है, मैं मार दूंगा, खत्म कर दूंगा. That man is also a Banjara.
It's also a Congress strong.
Just 26 years old, by the way. Yes.
Former Chief Minister Virendra Patil is from this area.
Dharam Singh is from there.
Dharam Singh is from this area. So it is a Congress bastion. And for BJP to make inroads in this area, I think polling has also been comparatively lesser here as compared to others. So if there's an anti-incumbency, you don't really see it much if it should be in a Congress strong area.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that the BJP still, remember, even 2 elections ago, the BJP to get into double-digit tally here was a problem.
No, but Jay, also, and Smita, this would also be a region where Mr. Yedurappa was giving his all in northern Karnataka, because also the other issue, in addition to having SC/ST population, you have a large population of Lingayats here, and you also have a very large Muslim population. So one, they were hoping that Mr. Yedurappa's push is going to work, and that there will be a counter-polarization, which these numbers don't quite bear out. So this is as far as Hyderabad, Karnataka is concerned. Now let's quickly go on to Mumbai, Karnataka, better known as Kittur Karnataka. This, of course, has a very historical reference. If you'll quickly tell us about it while we are on.
Okay. So just as the map loads, our viewers, this is a region which is actually bang next to Maharashtra. It has a lot of the Maharashtra effect in terms of its social and economic fabric. Just like Maharashtra has sugar barons, sugar mills, these bordering districts do have sugar barons, sugar mills. Just like southern Maharashtra has education
and the Kattis,
right? Just as southern Maharashtra has a lot of the education barons, they are there over here. Even here, a lot of the tribal leaders are extremely well empowered. The Jarkiolis are Balmikis, they're STs. So, I mean, we are going to see a beautiful, sharp contest here with a region that has a sort of Maratha legacy. A lot of the language spoken there.
Again, this area, hardly surprising, where, we had Devendra Fadnavis, we had Eknath Shinde coming and campaigning because of the very contested area of Belagavi. So that's Bombay, Karnataka, 23.
I told it's a very sharp contest.
Sharp contest.
Very
almost
close.
evenly divided. JDS is nowhere in the running.
Seats, the BJP out here, almost 10, right?
Yeah, so they won 13 the assembly and 3 in the bypolls.
Shettar and Savadi that in this region.
So Savadi from Athani. And Shettar
from this region.
That's from this region.
So that means that the rebels are having an effect.
No, I would actually put it the other way around.
Okay, calm down. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. We are putting out our overall numbers now. Let's just go for the overall numbers. We've broken down each one of the individual regions. And the overall number, according to the Times Now ETG poll, is BJP at 85. Congress is getting a majority according to our exit poll.
They need
the magic number.
They need one more.
They have the magic number.
112
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly. Navika, this is the point I was making earlier as well. Congress, when in 1999 Mr. Krishna brings it to power, it's about 132 seats. In 2013, Mr. Siddaramaiah gets that, it's 122. Now it's 113. इनके peaks गिर रहे हैं. So I think the risk is open.
You'll be now accused of really trying to play down the Congress and saying, इनके peaks गिर रहे हैं. अरे इनको मिल गया ना.
Mr. Ashwath Narayan, Mr. Ashwath Narayan, you know, first over to you. The ETG poll thinks the numbers are going to be 85 for the BJP, 113, just scraping majority for the Congress party. And if we look at the poll of poll numbers, that number is going to be in the region of 85 to 90, which means the BJP, neither the single largest party nor really getting anywhere close to the majority. Congress way ahead of you. How does that position the BJP Karnataka out of the BJP's hand? Are you resigning yourself to the fate in store for you as per the exit polls?
Let me make it very clear. In the state of Karnataka, people don't look up to Congress party, they look up to Bharatiya Janata party, and we are very clear that we are going to get the comfortable majority. You can watch out, let whatever might be the exit poll, they have done it on their own way. I don't dispute, but I can make it one thing very clear from my party, with my understanding, and my party with all the due diligence and right understanding. I can make it very clear. Our prediction and our numbers, definitely it will not go wrong. You can take it for granted. Our numbers, it will start from 120. It will start from 120. It can go up to any numbers. The minimum is 120, what we are looking in the state of Karnataka. As you know very well, the Congress party, there is not one single leader people can look up to. Congress party, it has become completely irrelevant party, and there's no right definition. Just they have been talking about some freebies. Other than that, it is not relevant. People don't even look at, because they are against the wishes. They are against the culture of state of Karnataka. They've been doing things which is going against the wishes of the people. So we let it start from all the important issues, from cow slaughter bill to the Bajrang Dal banning, or with regard to the religious freedom bill, or many other important issues. Completely Congress is out of sync, and they've been, you know, talking about or mentioning about the irrelevant things. Even during COVID, they were not with people. They were not with the people. They told people not to take vaccination.
Mr. Ashwath Narayan, if I can just interrupt you for a second, sir. From the looks of it, you have lost ground in all areas, barring coastal Karnataka. You haven't been able to hold on. Why is that? That's what the numbers seem to suggest.
Definitely you can. No. See, this is what is a presumption or assumptions of some of the people, but I am very sure that we are going to hold on to the whatever seats we have won in the coastal Karnataka or Malnadu or Mumbai Karnataka is our fort. Let me make it very clear, here the numbers are going to be retained and it is going to increase. Mumbai Karnataka or Kittur Karnataka, the numbers are clearly going to increase in much more bigger way. Let it be in Malnadu, let it be in coastal. These are the areas, very strong areas. There is no question of numbers reducing. Along with the Kalyan Karnataka, central Karnataka and southern Karnataka, yes, we are going to increase the number in much more bigger way with the existing numbers. But Kittur Karnataka and Malnadu and coastal will be extremely good, better than the present numbers.
Well, Mr. Moily, do you share the optimism of Mr. Narayan, who says BJP 120?
I think he forgets that canvassing is already over. People have already casted their vote. So by his statement, people are not going to judge over again or review their decision. And the votes have been cast already, and the Congress is going to get a comfortable majority, and all his wishes, if they have wings, of course they can fly. I don't think his wishes have any wings.
All right, so let me take a round around the studio today. Ashutosh, where do you think this is going? Is it a hung house, or are you giving a simple majority to the Congress party?
Let me answer it differently. Because in 2004 and 2008 and 2018, these are the two elections where the BJP had more in terms of seats than the Congress, but the vote percentage were less than the Congress. And in 2018, the Congress got 2% more than the BJP, but still the Congress had much less numbers than the BJP. Your exit poll shows that there is a there is a gap of 5% vote share between the BJP and the Congress. That the BJP is holding on to its numbers, that is 36%, but the Congress is getting more than 40%. So that means if their gap has been only 2%, other 3%, then certainly BJP would have been in a much happier position. But since gap is 5%, that shows that the Congress is ahead of the BJP. Now, what will be the numbers? You are saying it's going, it's getting majority.
I'm asking you a broad question. Hung house, simple majority.
No hung house.
Simple majority for the Congress.
Simple majority, and it can go to 120.
To Congress.
Yes.
BJP का कोई chance नहीं.
No, BJP का chance in that sense that Congress is getting 120. Your own opinion poll is exit poll is showing. I'm saying because it's based on mathematics. 5% vote share gap between the BJP and the Congress. It's a problem for the BJP, and the Congress is comfortably going beyond majority, and it can go to 120.
Well, so let's get in Mr. Tuhin Sinha also joining this. We've lost Mr. Tuhin Sinha. Mr. R. Rajagopalan, where do you stand?
I differ from Mr. Ashutosh. The reason being it's going to be a hung house. Now, D.K. Shivkumar is thinking whether Raipur or Jaipur to take the MLAs to resort politics. That will start because...
And you are thinking Dispur in Assam.
I'm there.
And she is now going to take the revenue royalty from all the people to whom she has given resort.
Right. Navika, Padmaja, wait. I have more fun in this. Now, more than that, 66% votage is going to be dangerous for Congress. I differ from Ashutosh because last time it was 72%. Why the drop of 6%? Does it mean that 40% Sarkara is not working? That more pro-incumbency vote? Therefore, my understanding is Mallikarjun Kharge will be the next Chief Minister of Karnataka if things are going bad for Congress, because no Shivkumar, no Siddaramaiah. Congress will choose only Mallikarjun Kharge. Therefore, Jaipur politics will be more. And who is going to be Captain Amarinder Singh and Navjot Singh Sidhu and Channi?
Okay, very quickly, Ashutosh.
I think I just want to correct
great cloud in a silver lining.
I don't know. I don't know if the Congress is winning or not, but tourism and resort politics is definitely on the up.
Navika, you tell me who is going to be Captain Amarinder Singh and Channi?
I don't know. I think, and that's the question I want to take to Dr. Sanjay Jha. Dr. Sanjay Jha, if Mallikarjun Kharge is going to be the compromise chief ministerial candidate, so fir another headache for the Congress party. You'll have to choose a new president again for the Congress party. So, Sanjay Jha, which way is this going?
Navika, I think Mr. Rajagopalan is entitled to making this very entertaining speculation. But I rather...
No, you educate me, Sanjay. I may not be entertaining, but you educate. Why do you have number crunching? You are getting majority. You say that.
Okay. Let me speak, sir. Let me speak. Navika, what is evident is a clear anti-incumbency vote. There is a clear desire of the people to vote out the BJP. The critical question is, will the Congress cross the halfway mark? And if you look at it, I think the Congress's gains, if you look at the 2018 results, and then add with the number of people who defected to the BJP, and net of the number of people who were MLAs of BJP, 117, they seem to be going down up to 85, 86. That's a significant loss. And that entire gain seems to be coming to the Congress, which means it's an anti-incumbency vote against the BJP. And in normal circumstances, it should result in more progressive voting and the results in favor of the Congress on the 13th of May. The critical thing is the JDS. Is it going to still remain at the numbers which it had in 2018, or is the Congress basically going to be damaging the JDS more? I'm thinking that the Congress will actually help take a few seats away from the JDS which will consolidate its absolute majority
You're
above
right
the
over there,
130
Sanjay
number.
Jha. The JDS is slightly dented and the Congress seems to have benefited, right, Smita, from it?
Seats, right? If JDS got 37 last time and now
15
23
seats now.
Yeah. So if you're talking like this, and
14.
if in Old Mysuru, if that's what has happened, then and if the Congress has dented the JDS is going to be really angry. And when JDS is angry, it goes to the other side then. So there's always that X factor. JDS is always that X factor. But in the event of it just being, reaching that the Congress just about coming to that winning mark, then you never know.
Yeah, because and the BJP's bet is also on a three-cornered fight, which will make the BJP really, the better situation for the BJP. So, Tuhin Sinha, the best case scenario at the moment looks like there's a poll that gives BJP 114 seats. Which poll is that? CGS. Well, 114, one poll gives, another poll, Jan Ki Baat gives 106, and somebody else is giving 100 seats. These are the optimistic polls. So, I want to ask you, Tuhin Sinha, best case scenario, it's a hung house for the BJP. Worst case scenario, the Congress will get a majority. What happens to BJP's strategy from here on, from this evening on?
Well, good evening, Navika ji. Good evening, everybody. I hope you can hear me. Most of these pathologists have got it wrong this time. Will get it wrong this time because they seem to have played it.
Okay, we'll just try and fix that audio line with Tuhin Sinha in just a second. Let me go across to Mr. Arivalagan, who is the spokesperson of the JDS. Sir, you were hoping to form the government on your own. Your party chief carried out a yatra much before anyone had even hit the election trail. But 14 seats is what you are losing, and from the looks of it, that loss is most felt in the old Mysuru region. Are you on your way now to being rendered inconsequential in Karnataka politics?
No, exactly what the exit poll, the result what we are showing, and almost all the channels what they are showing, we don't have, we believe this exit poll. Why? Because even last time it has happened. Last time almost all the predictions showed it is below 25 JDS, but we got around 38. But this time it is absolutely, there will be definitely changes in the result. And JDS will form simple majority. We will get 113. We are hoping for that. Why? Because
so you will have a majority to the JDS.
Madam?
How much are you getting? Mr. Ibrahim said 123, no?
No, 113 is the simple majority.
No, but Mr. Ibrahim said 123.
113 is the simple majority.
No, he's more modest. He's saying just 113. No greed, only need. 113.
Yes, need of the hour. As you said, need of the hour. And definitely when you compare with almost all the leaders of Congress and BJP, our Kumarana has went door to door of the village.
Okay.
And he knows what is the pain of everything. And people have voted. Definitely it is in favor of JDS.
Sir, campaigning is over. Please wake up, smell the coffee, and let me also get in, my friend Dr. Suman Siraman. Dr. Suman Siraman, do you think the Congress will breach the halfway mark and go and get a full majority, or do you think it's a close fight where it will be a hung house and JDS, as always, will be the kingmaker?
Navika, I'm more focused on the vote share rather than the seats being given to each party in the exit polls. Several exit polls give a 5% plus difference in vote share. In fact, one of the exit polls on another channel is currently giving a 7-8% difference in vote share in several regions except coastal Karnataka, where the BJP is ahead. So I think that if you're crossing 5% lead in vote share, the Congress will get a majority, because you must remember this is essentially outside the old Mysore region. It is for all practical purposes a straight fight. And in such a high profile contest between two large players, the third player tends to get squeezed out because they don't have the resources and they don't have, that is why you will see that almost none of the exit polls is giving JDS any significant number of seats outside the old Mysore region. Last time, you must remember, they got 27 in the old Mysore region, but they picked up 10 seats in other parts of Karnataka. Now, that's not happening now. And that means that the Congress is taking that vote, which in effect means that you will see that if these vote shares are anywhere near accurate, the Congress will comfortably get a majority, and it could go beyond the 120 mark if these vote share numbers are accurate. The second very important point, many of the exit polls are seeing the BJP hold on to their 36 odd percent vote share. That was what they got in 2018.
Yeah.
Now, so much of anti-incumbency on the ground, and the BJP is holding on to that vote share. So I think that again, if the BJP drops even 1 or 1.5% from that vote share and the Congress is at 41%, then it's going to be a Congress majority, reasonably comfortable, but we'll have to wait and see.
You know, I want to show two more pieces of data which we haven't actually dwelt on, which is the old Mysuru region and the greater Bengaluru. And the reason for that, which will give us some interesting insights. Greater Bengaluru is important because in this 28 plus 4, if we were to include the rural Bengaluru seats as well, the 28 main seats is where the Prime Minister carried out those last 2 days of a blitz, those 2 road shows. The interesting thing about Bengaluru, the urban seats, is that the BJP hasn't done well in these in this region historically. In fact, over the last 2 elections, it's gone down. In 2008, I think it had about a dozen seats. In 2013, it went. Sorry, 2013 it had 12. Then it went down to 11.
11. And 2008, its maiden government, it had 17 over here.
Okay. So this time, and this is interesting, in Bangalore region, the BJP has gained 6 seats according to the Times Now ETG numbers.
Yeah, it's up to 18. Yeah, I don't know what this is.
No, so I think this is wrong because the numbers that we showed earlier at 18. Let's go back to the earlier numbers, please. It was 11 in 2018, and today's Times Now ETG projection. Can we please go back to the earlier numbers? Is 18. Yes, here are those numbers. We'll fix that in the comparative as well.
That's Rajniti, that is...
Okay, this is the Rajniti number, and the Times Now ETG numbers are something else. All right. So 18 and 10...
So there is a divergence, and I'll try and qualify both of them. Okay.
There is another poll that's come up, but the question really boils down now once again to the issue of who's getting what. And we have Mr. Adil Hassan, spokesperson of the AIMIM, also its youth president. And Adil Hassan, question is it going to be hung house or not? Because in recent times, most states and most electorates have given a very, very decisive verdict in most of the elections. Will Karnataka be different, or do you think the Congress is safely home? Do you think the BJP this time around may have lost its opportunity?
No, I don't think Congress will cross the majority in the assembly. Because Congress, BJP will be less. Congress may be the single largest party, but JDS will get good seat. JDS will get 30, I think 30-35 minimum JDS will get. Again, the biggest problem in the Congress is that they can't keep their MLA safely. They can't. The resort politics will start. The Raipur, Jaipur. Now they have one Himachal Pradesh. Shimla is also there. So you will see the chartered plane, Mr. Shiv Kumara will be the pilot, and they will take to Shimla because summer is on. They will take to Himachal Pradesh or Raipur, Jaipur. The biggest problem in Congress is the MLA don't stick with the ideology. Congress not even discuss the minority issue, Muslim issue, not even Mallikarjun Kharge boldly talk about the 4% reservation is scrapped by the BJP government. And lastly, DK Shiv Kumar told, not even the Rahul Gandhi spoke about it. Mrs. Sonia Gandhi campaigned for the RSS man, Mr. Jagdish Sattar. That was shocking for us. We think that Mrs. Sonia Gandhi is different, but she also followed the same Congress, because we don't find Congress and BJP different. Congress talks about soft Hindutva, BJP talk about Hindutva.
Mr. Amrit Chinna,
it is the only difference between both.
Because Adil Hassan of the AIMIM has already plotted the entire itinerary for you and your MLAs for the next few days. Shimla apparently, according to him, is very good at this time of the year.
No, it is his assumption. Congress will get absolute majority, and this time Amit Shah or any BJP people cannot harm our government because Congress has chosen very loyal persons to contest. So any luring or any kind of blackmail, threatening will not affect the government, and
But
government
isn't
will
it
be
a fact
stable
that
for
Mr.
5 years.
Surjewala has already been rushed in from Delhi to Bangalore in the afternoon today? That's the report that we were given, that already there are reports.
Look, was he successful when he went to Jaipur to curb the dissent? Now, will he be successful in Karnataka?
No, the question on that, the question will be based on Siddaramaiah or DK Shiv Kumar. Because if it is Siddaramaiah, then DK Shiv Kumar will pull the rug. If it is DK Shiv Kumar, then Siddaramaiah will pull the rug,
But
and some MLAs.
Kharge, right?
And
any opinion poll you have seen, there is a gap of 15% in terms of popularity of Siddaramaiah and Bombay. But even your opinion poll, there's something around 40% people are liking Siddaramaiah as a chief minister, and DK Shiv is 3%, 4%, 10%. There is no comparison between these two. And if
but the plane and the resorts,
I don't think that it's going to. Maybe after 6 months when they form the government, maybe somebody else becomes a Eknath Shinde. That's a different thing altogether.
So Siddaramaiah is Charanjit Singh Channi.
No.
नहीं बता दो ना भाई
Siddaramaiah.
हाँ
Siddaramaiah is the one chief minister who ran
Amarendra
the
Singh.
government
Amarendra
comfortably
Singh.
for 5 years.
अच्छा
From 2013 to 2018. BJP changed 3 chief minister in 2008 to 2013. They changed another chief minister 2018 to 2023. Siddaramaiah, we should give credit. He's a mass-based leader. He ran administration with firm hand.
But he is from JDS. He is not a congressman.
But here's the thing,
He's from JDS.
You're right in saying that the popularity graph is very, very different, and of course also administrative experience. That being said, I was listening to Mr. DK Shiv Kumar's speeches in his own constituency, where he led a massive road show, I think about 4 days ago, and the speech he said that vote for me because son of this soil is going to become chief minister. If already that thing has been settled, the issue has been settled, he's going to his people saying, I will be CM. And what is to be told?
But that
Forget
helps,
it.
That helps Congress in a large number. Because if Congress has to form the government, JDS in Mysore with the Vakaliga is important.
That
if the
is fine.
Vakaligas were given,
But
they also.
Siddaramaiah is not a Vakaliga.
No.
That's what you're trying to say. And that is also
Let me complete.
Yeah.
Congress this time has not projected anybody as the chief minister. Neither Siddaramaiah nor DK Shiv Kumar. DK Shiv Kumar is a Vakaliga.
They did that even in Himachal. No. They managed it at that in Himachal. But will they managed it during the campaign factor. During the campaign, the DK and Siddaramaiah had very good rapport on camera.
If you look at the
they're
figure,
holding hands and running in the Bharat Jodo Yatra. They're also chatting away.
If you look at the figures, in every exit poll and every opinion poll, JDS is getting, JDS is not being decimated, but getting less number of seats in comparison to 2018. In 2018, they got 37. Now they're hovering around something around 22, 23, 24, 25. That means there is something happening in the Vakaliga votes. And if that is happening, the credit should go to DK Shiv Kumar. And at the first time,
Tuhin Sinha, I want to get you in on this. Congress party, if they have the numbers, if they are the single largest or the majority party, do you think it will be new trouble for them? On the other hand, is it really the end of opportunities for the BJP?
First of all, Navika ji, I think most of the pollsters have played it extremely safe this time and thereby would be wrong. If you ask me, BJP is still on course for a 41.5 to 42% vote share, which would translate, which would convert into roughly 118 to 120 seats. And that's because we had a very layered campaign. While on the surface we retaliated whenever they tried to, denigrate the Hindu community, we stood up for the Bajrang Dal but at the same time, the issues on the ground were very different. They were the Upper Bhadra irrigation project, the Shubh Lagna scheme, the Kashi Yatra scheme, and many other similar schemes. So I don't think we are out of the game. Most of the pollsters have tried to play it safe, and you will be surprised on the day of counting because we are still very confident of getting anywhere between 115
Sorry to interrupt you. Let's quickly listen in to the incumbent, to Mr. Bommai speaking right now.
turnout. This is a very positive sign for Congress party depicting an
It is other way around.
against BJP.
See, always, if you go by the track record, the more number of voters turn out is always better for the BJP, not for Congress. And this shows that a lot of people who otherwise not come and voted, especially in urban areas, they have come and voted. So that is the positive sign for BJP.
Sir, are you in talks with JDS if there is hung?
There is no question of hung. We are going to get absolute majority, I am telling you.
So the Congress is making allegations that near Dandeli, already buses have come and they are approaching their MLAs, sir, BJP, MLA candidates.
This is all their figment of imagination.
Sir,
thank you.
No.
Okay, sir, to be fair, he is never particularly perky any time of the day.
That's his body language, whether he is winning or losing breakfast or dinner time, that's his body language.
That's usually what we get accused of, reading the body language.
You cannot know. Karnataka politicians, I'm sorry Ashutosh, they all have the same body language, same expression when they win or they lose. Siddaramaiah, all of them, look at them. Look at Kharge. Look at,
now you're going into yesterday years.
And DK Shivakumar. DK is very aggressive.
We are talking about Siddaramaiah, Bommai, Kharge. They have the same expression. Don't go with Veerappa ji and don't go with Oscar Fernandez who have done theatre. But go into the other. They are not the ones who they'll have this stoic expression. They don't believe in expressing themselves like that.
But the question really here at the bottom line, Jay. And that's what people want to know. Do you see that people are going to play safe, because the exit polls, Tuhin Sinha's biggest allegation is everybody is playing safe, nobody is sticking their neck out. Do you believe that is true, or do you believe somewhere the average poll of polls which says 97 to 100, it's going to be that neck and neck?
I think it is actually going to be that neck and neck. Because the point I've been making since the afternoon, and Padmaja is telling me that I'm just shooting a little bit overboard. But the BJP, if you observe the Lok Sabha polls in Karnataka, right from 2004, and even Vidhan Sabha polls, the BJP has been consistently, be it Yediyurappa's Lokayukta case, something else, the BJP has been consistently narrowing the gap with the Congress. And it's starting to restrict the peaks of the Congress. अब वो ज़माना नहीं है कि 150 प्लस आते, किसी के नहीं आते. So now वो जो narrowing peak phenomenon है कि peak को restrict करना है, ये उसका outcome है कि outcome is so close.
You think this time there are going to be more seats where the margins are going to be very less?
Yes, there will be not only more seats where the margins are less. Even if the Congress gets 120, even last time they got less than the BJP, 78. लेकिन marginal seats उनके ज़्यादा थे. So that narrowness of the contest.
Numbers se haare hain. In some cases, BJP lost with less than 5,000, and in one seat they even less than 1,000 votes.
1,000 votes.
No, they lost in very Malki, right? Malki, which was Musky
in Raichuru district.
800. Yeah. So one seat was less than 1,000 seats. So these are very, very narrow margins.
If we have to keep the suspense alive, my bet is that it's going to be extremely close. At the moment, and I'm going only by the numbers on your screen, ladies and gentlemen, it's neck and neck as an average poll of polls number. 97 predictions for the BJP and 100 seats for the Congress party, give or take 3. The difference is only 3 between them, and then there is a party called the JDS sitting with 25 seats, which is once again going to be the kingmaker. And Padmaja, do you remember those times when Kumaraswamy went into 10 Janpath and out of 10 Janpath with a handkerchief on his face? Well, those days looks like are going to return, only this time into which house the car is going to go, we don't quite know, if those are the numbers that we'll see on the 13th.
To be fair, that car has gone into all gates. It has gone for 2 years into BJP gates and 2 years into Congress gates.
Yeah, but this time, as they say, lucky dip kiska hoga, we don't know. And we'll wait and watch because these numbers tell you that it's a nail-biting finish. So 13th of May is going to be extremely, extremely exciting. We'll take a short break at this point, but numbers, more numbers and more polls and better averages are what we are going to look at. At the moment, we'll take a short break. We'll be back shortly with India Upfront.
वंशिका और मैं आज अनबॉक्स करने वाली हूँ ये वाला फ़ोन। ये है टेक्नो फैंटम V फोल्ड। ये इंडिया का करंटली चीपेस्ट फोल्डेबल फ़ोन है। चलिए अनबॉक्स करते हैं। वी हैव दिस कूल बॉक्स हियर और आई एम सुपर एक्साइटेड टू अनबॉक्स इट। एंड यहाँ पे दे हैव गिवन देयर टैग लाइन बियॉन्ड द एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी। देखते हैं इसके अंदर फ़ोन एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी है कि नहीं। Here is the phone. इसके बारे में हम थोड़ा बाद में बात करेंगे. Let's see what's there further. We get this packet kind of a thing. We have SIM ejector tool here, and we have some usual paperwork here, warranty cards, and some user manual. We get the cover also. बहुत ही cool सा matte finish वाला इसका cover यहाँ पे available है. And then we have जिसमें हमारे पास चार्जिंग केबल अवेलेबल है, 45 वॉट का चार्जर अवेलेबल है, एंड दैट्स इट. These were all the things that were available inside this box. I'm sweating guys, मतलब अनबॉक्स करने के चक्कर में इस फ़ोन को मेरे पसीने छूट रहे हैं, but I'm excited. So, and here is the phone guys. Look at this beast. इसका जो मेन स्क्रीन है वो 7.85 इंचेस का है. मतलब अगर आप स्ट्रीम करना चाहते हो, गेम खेलना चाहते हो, बढ़िया फ़ोन है आपके लिए. इसका जो सब स्क्रीन है वो 6.42 इंचेस का है. कटआउट पंच होल अवेलेबल है. इसमें 50 मेगापिक्सल्स का रेयर ट्रिपल कैमरा इसमें अवेलेबल है. इसका जो बैक पैनल है वो टेक्सचर्ड है, बहुत ही प्रीमियम फील है. इसका जो वेट है वो 2.99 ग्राम्स है, जिसमें मतलब मुझे थोड़ा सा भारी लग रहा है, बट इट्स फाइन राइट. इसकी जो बैटरी है वो 5000 mAh की है, और इसकी कूल चीज़ ये है कि इसमें 2 बैटरीज हैं. मतलब 5000 mAh है, 2 स्क्रीन हैं, तो 2 जगह बैटरी अवेलेबल है. Apart from that, what do we get in this phone? Usual है, जो पावर बटन होता है, वॉल्यूम बटन होता है. इसका जो फ्रेम है बहुत ही क्लासी फ्रेम है. ये रोज गोल्ड कलर का है. इसमें 2 वेरिएंट अवेलेबल हैं, एक ब्लैक एंड द अदर वन इज वाइट. वी गॉट द वाइट वन क्योंकि वाइट वाला ज़्यादा प्रिटी लगता है. दैट्स माई ओपिनियन, बाकी इट्स सब्जेक्टिव. इसको ऑन करके देख लेते हैं एंड विल टॉक अबाउट द फोन फर्दर. इसमें एमोलेड डिस्प्ले अवेलेबल है. इसमें 120 हर्ट्ज का रिफ्रेश रेट अवेलेबल है. 12 GB का रैम अवेलेबल है. 256 GB का स्टोरेज है, जिसको आप एक्सटेंड भी करा सकते हो.
Do you love the air that you breathe? Well, I don't, because it has got lot of pollutants, harmful toxins, dust, pollen and whatnot. Well, to curb that situation, Xiaomi has come up with a new product which is called Xiaomi Air Purifier 4. Hi, you're watching Edge Times. This is me, Pavni Jain, and this is the product I'm talking about, the newly launched Xiaomi Air Purifier 4. कंपनी ने इसे हाल ही में लॉन्च किया है alongside Xiaomi Air Purifier 4 Lite, which is a toned down version of this device. पर आज के इस वीडियो में हम बात करेंगे Air Purifier 4 की, जानेंगे इसके फिजिकल लुक्स के बारे में, all the buttons that it comes with and all the sensors or the qualities that this Air Purifier offers. This is the front side of the air purifier, जहाँ पर आपको मिलता है OLED डिस्प्ले. इसको जल्दी से पील ऑफ करते हैं इसका कवर. अब इसको ऑन कहाँ से करना है, लेट मी शो यू. This is the back side of the air purifier, और यहाँ पर जो आपको बटन दिखाई दे रहे हैं, this is the physical button to turn the display on and off. इस फिजिकल बटन के साइड में एक सेंसर दिया गया है, which is a temperature and humidity sensor. वहीं पर just right below it you will get to see the laser particle sensor. यहाँ पर इसको फिल्टर को अनकवर करने के लिए बटन दिया गया है, जिस पर लिखा हुआ है remove the filter packaging before turning on the purifier. Now how do I remove it? Let me try. Let's remove the tapes first. I think I did it the wrong way in the first place. So this is how the filter looks like. अंदर आपको मिलता है mesh fabric. Now let's just put the filter inside so that we can start using the product. Now we'll cover this up with filter compartment cover. Guys, this is very easy to put back the filter compartment. बहुत ही आसान था. This comes with magnetic boundaries. यहाँ पे magnet लगी हुई है ताकि ये easily, आसानी से you can put the filter back. Now let's turn on the air purifier. यहीं पर at the back of the purifier you'll get to see the port जिसमें हम ये चार्जिंग केबल लगाएंगे और इस एयर प्योरीफायर को ऑन करेंगे. So this is the OLED display जो आपको सामने की तरफ मिलता है. इसमें अंदर आपको दो बटन्स दिखाई देंगे. One is the power button and the other one is the mode switch button. ऊपर की तरफ यहाँ पर आपको A लिखा हुआ एक बटन या इंडिकेटर दिखाई दे रहा होगा. That is to show all the modes कि आप स्लीप मोड में आपने इसको रखा हुआ है या फिर ऑटोमेटिक मोड पे या फिर आपने इसका स्पीड हाई लो या मीडियम रखा हुआ है. उसके साइड में आपको मिलता है वाईफाई इंडिकेटर. देन यू गेट टू सी द नेगेटिव आयोन इंडिकेटर. यू विल गेट टू सी द ह्यूमिडिटी लेवल्स एंड आल्सो द टेम्परेचर. सो दिस OLED screen is really very useful to show you all the things that is happening with your air purifier 4. This product is capable of purifying a 215 square feet in about 10 minutes. Now, being an air purifier, the USP of this product is its 3-layer filtration. It offers a primary HEPA filter along with an activated carbon filter. All you need to do is just connect this device with Wi-Fi to use the product, and just in case you are away from home, users can enable the product using the Xiaomi Smart Home app. Wi-Fi की बात की है, so let me tell you that the device supports Wi-Fi 2.4 GHz. This product comes at a starting price of rupees 13,999. It weighs around 5.6 kgs, which is really good. It's not very lightweight, but you can install it either in your bedroom or in your drawing room area. So the company claims that this product also offers 32.1 dB low noise feature, which means if you install this device in your bedroom, तो आपको इस product की वजह से कोई भी noise production नहीं सुनाई देगा. And I don't know if it's true or not. उसके लिए मुझे इसको इस्तेमाल करने दीजिए. Let me use it for a while so that I can come up with its full review video for you guys.
नमस्ते टाइम्स टाइम फैमिली, मैं हूँ क्रांति संभव. ये है MG की लेटेस्ट कॉमेट जिसे हम चलाना शुरू कर चुके हैं दिल्ली की सड़कों के ऊपर. तो नई गाड़ी है, नए सेगमेंट में, नए कॉन्सेप्ट के साथ, बहुत सारी चीज़ें इसमें नई है. तो थोड़ा सा डिटेल से हम जानते हैं इस MG कॉमेट के बारे में. अगर हम एक्सटीरियर देखें तो जो फ्रंट है वो काफ़ी आपको फ्लैट सा नज़र आएगा. जो लाइट का ट्रीटमेंट है वो भी काफ़ी मॉडर्न.
Hello and welcome viewers to the channel that covers elections like no other. Viewers, tonight